Have you guys ever heard of a beautiful sport called Airsoft? If so, then you'll want to hear this story about my Airsoft experiences. If you haven't heard of Airsoft before, it's literally paintball but with smaller plastic bullets. Okay, so this story takes place at an abandoned military base that my friends and I occasionally took war to. And we played a variety of game modes including Team Deathmatch, Traitor Town, and Hide and Seek. Our first battle started with some good old-fashioned team deathmatch. Both teams had acquired walkie-talkies so that we could signal to each other that the battle had begun. Once we got the call, we charged forward. I had one teammate that I stuck next to, and as we had gotten into our first gunfight, his gun malfunctioned and I had to push forward alone. Once I took cover, I started taking shots, and not long after, I felt a leaf drop on my shoulder. At least that's what I thought it was. After this happened, I shot at one of the enemies ahead, and to my surprise, once the guy was hit, he started walking towards me. Once he had arrived, he told me about how he had shot me before I opened fire on him. Right then and there, I remembered the leaf touching my shoulder, and I guess that could have been a bullet from far away. So I told him I was sorry because war must be fair. Once we started up our next game, my team was on the high ground and the other team was on the lower ground. Before we had even started, we began to hear footsteps coming toward us, and we screamed at the other team to hold fire because we hadn't started yet. However, the enemy said that they were still on the lower ground and that no one had started yet. This left us confused because we heard someone walking toward us. To our surprise, there was a wild boar that was running toward us, and we took cover in the hopes that this beast wouldn't attack us. Thankfully, the wild boar ran right past us, and we began war without him. The final game mode we played was Hide and Seek. There were many places to hide since we were at war on an abandoned military base. So my brother was chosen to hide while we made the countdown to hunt.
3, 2, 1, fight!
Once we started the hunt, some of my teammates were getting shot from an invisible enemy. I decided to push forward to attack this invisible enemy, and the next thing I saw was my teammate dying right in front of my eyes. I then looked around only to get shot myself. While I was dead on the ground, I found out that our invisible enemy was actually just my brother shooting from the trees.
Wow.
He managed to kill everyone, and only the dead knew exactly where he was. I hope sharing these stories has made y'all interested in Airsoft. I highly recommend playing this sport since receiving pain by getting shot is a true gift in life. Anyways, y'all should definitely subscribe.